Hi friends, 11 Institute welcomes all the students of Standard 9 in part 5 of the video lecture series that we have started. We were discussing chapter number 1, number systems, and in the previous video lecture we studied how to plot root 2, root 3, root 5 or irrational numbers on the number line. Now we will continue the chapter further. So we have completed example number 3 and 4, and today we will move with exercise 1.2, question number 1. And again, this is true or false. Apart from telling whether a statement is true or false, we have to also say, or we have to also justify our answers, why they are true or why they are false. So let us see the first statement. Every irrational number is a real number. What do you think, friends? Is it true or false? Every irrational number is a real number. The statement is true. Right? The answer is true. Now we will justify or we will provide the reason why our answer is true. So what is the reason? We studied in the previous video. The collection of all rational numbers and irrational numbers together makes up the collection of real numbers. Right? Real numbers includes both rational and irrational numbers. So definitely all the rational numbers will be real numbers and all the irrational numbers will be also real numbers. Due to this reason, the statement is true. Right? Next, every point on the number line is of the form m, where root m is a natural number. Please understand, every point on the number line is of the form m, which means you can write any point on the number line as m, where root m is a natural number. It is somewhat hard to understand in the statement form, so we will take an example, but before that we will look the answer. The answer is false. Why the answer is false? Because negative numbers cannot be square roots of any natural number. You still might not get it, right? Because you can understand this only with the help of an example. So let us see an example. Right? What See, first understand this example. Root 8, root 9, root 3 will always be positive. Whenever you take a square root, you will never get a negative answer. And what the question is trying to tell us, every point means positive numbers as well as negative numbers. Every point means positive numbers as well as negative numbers can be written in the form of m, where root m is a natural number. Where root m is a natural number means if you take the square root of any number, its square root should be a natural number. So if I take the square root of 9, right, so root 9 itself is a natural number and I get 3. In this case the statement will be true. But what about this number? If I take square root of minus 9, square root of minus 9 can never be a natural number, right? So root 8, root 9, root 3 will be always positive. Till then the statement is true. But when I take square root of negative numbers, I will not get a natural number over here. Due to this reason, the statement is false. Right? I hope you understand this. In case you still have doubt, you can message me. Fine. Let us move ahead. Every real number is an rational number. This is exactly opposite to number 1. Right? You can compare. Every irrational number is a real number, and here we are having opposite. Every real number is a rational number. So definitely this statement is false. Why? Because real numbers includes rational as well as irrational numbers. So all the real numbers cannot be irrational. Some of them are rational also. For example, this 4 upon 3, 5 upon 2, minus 7 upon 9, 8, minus 5. These all are real numbers. Or we can specifically say they are rational numbers also. Right? These all are real numbers, but they are not irrational. Due to this reason, the statement is false. I request you to please pause the video and write this down. Please pause the video and write this down. Alright, let's move ahead. Exercise 1.2, question number 2. Let us read the question first. Are the square roots of all positive integers irrational? What they are asking, square roots. Square roots of what? All positive integers. Irrational? No, they are not irrational. Some of them are rational also. If not, give an example of square root of a number that is a rational number. See, first of all, the answer is no. Try to understand what they are asking to, what they are trying to say us is square roots of all positive integers. Let us write some positive integers over here. For example, I am having 3, then I am having 4, 5, 6. Now what they are saying take the square root. So I will take square root of 3, then square root of 4, then square root of 5, then square root of 6. Now are all these numbers irrational? See, root 3 is irrational, root 5 is irrational, root 6 is also irrational, but root 4, this is not irrational, na? Because root 4 is 2 and 2 is a rational number. Hence our answer is no. That square roots of all the positive integers are not irrational. Some of them, like this root 4, are rational also. Again root 9 will be rational, right? Again then root 16 will also be rational. We have discussed this before also, right? So we write some examples over here. Sure, 25 is a positive integer and its square root, right, is equal to 5, and 5 is a rational number. The square roots of perfect squares are rational numbers. I have told you this in the previous video lecture, that whenever you have a number which is a perfect square, its square root will be definitely rational. All other numbers will be irrational, right? Please pause the video and write this down in your CW. I hope you have written this. Let us now move to the next question. Exercise 1.3, question number 3. Show root 5 can be represented on number line. We have already seen this in the previous lecture. Next, constructing a square root spiral. This is also explained to you in previous lecture. So exercise 1.2 is now completed. This is 1.2. Right, we have completed this already. Sure. Now let us move to new topic, new concept. Example number 5. We will do two things together. We will solve the question also, and side by side we will understand a new concept also, right? So find the decimal expansions of 10 upon 3, 7 upon 8 and 1 upon 7. We have to find their decimal expansions. In short, we have to just divide these numbers and obtain the answer, right? You have done this many times, but today we will learn something extra in this, right? So we have to do 3 divisions: 10 upon 3, 7 upon 8, 1 upon 7. Before doing divisions, please make it very clear, all these 3 are rational numbers. All 3 of them are rational numbers, and they are expressed in P upon Q form. They are expressed in P upon Q form, and all of them are rational numbers. Sure, now we will perform their division. We will first perform the division of 7 upon 8. Right, we are changing the order a bit. We will first perform the division of 7 upon 8. Now just look over here, pay your complete attention over here. We are having 7 over here, right? We will divide it by 8. Now you can see 7 is a smaller number, 8 is a larger number, so you cannot directly divide it. First of all, you have to do, or you have to write 0 point over here. You have to borrow something, right, as per your lower standards. So 0 point you have written. Now this is a kind of unlimited recharge, right? Once you write 0 point over here, whenever you cannot divide, you can write a 0 over here, right? That is normal division rule, you know that. So now instead of 7 I can write 70 over here, right? Why I can write 70 over here? Because I have written 0 point. I have done an unlimited recharge. Whenever I am unable to divide over here, I can write 1 0 over here, 1 0 only, right? So now you can understand this. I have to divide 70 by 8, and in my answer I will already have a 0 and a point. Now 70 divided by 8. So what you can do? 8 8s are 64 like this, right? 8 8s are 64. Now we will subtract these numbers. So 70 minus 64 will give me 6, right? You can see the remainder is 6. Again, the 6 is less than 8, but I do not have to worry because I have done an unlimited recharge over here. See, this is dancing. It is reminding me that I can write a 0 over here without doing anything, right? So we will write a 0 over here like this. Now this is 60 for us, and 60 divided by 8, right? So again we have 8 sevens are 56 like this, and we will subtract 56 from 60. We again get 4. Again our remainder is 4. Again 4 is less than 8, but we do not have to worry as we have done an unlimited recharge. See, again our point is dancing. It is reminding us that I can write a 0 besides my 4 like this. So now I have to do 40 divided by 8, and I know that 8 5s are 40. We will subtract, so we get 0. This is quite simple for us. You have got the answer 0.875. This is very simple. You have done this many times. Sure, but today you have to learn something extra. There is some relation between the remainder that you get after each step and your answer. There is some relation between the remainder that you get after each step and your answer. Right? See, there are two options. As far as your remainder is concerned, you will do division continuously, you will subtract, and ultimately two things can happen. Either your remainder will become 0 or your remainder will not become 0. We will discuss both these cases one by one. But for now, we can see that our remainder has become 0. Right? Our remainder has become 0. Whenever the remainder becomes 0, you cannot divide further now. See, here remainder was 6, so you were able to divide once again. Here remainder was 4, so you were able to divide once again. Once the remainder becomes 0, you cannot divide now. The answer will stop. I hope this is clear to you. Once the remainder is 0, you cannot continue the division further. Fine? Understand this. So, we can say that the decimal expression is terminating. The decimal expression is terminating 0.875. The answer is fixed. Now you cannot lengthen this answer. You cannot write new numbers after this 5. Why? Because you do not have anything available here for division. So whenever the remainder becomes 0, you will get a terminating answer over here. The decimal expression or decimal expansion is terminating. Please make it very clear, my friends. I hope this is clear to you. So I request you to please pause the video and write this much down. Once we finish all 3 divisions, we will have a summary, right? But for now, what you have learned from this sum or from this division, that whenever the remainder becomes 0, the decimal expression, your answer will terminate. It will stop. Terminate means it will stop. It will not move further now. 0.875, the value is fixed. Right? Please pause the video and write this down in your CW. I hope you have written this. Let us now move ahead. We have seen one example over here where our decimal expression is terminating. And why it is terminating? Because the remainder is 0. Now let us see next. We will divide 10 upon 3. We have already done 7 upon 8. Now we will divide 10 by 3. So now this is simple. 10 is a larger number, 3 is a smaller number. So when we divide 10 by 3, I will write 3 3s are 9. Please pay your attention over here. 3 3s are 9. Now we will subtract 10 and 9. So 10 minus 9 gives us 1. Now the story starts. See, the remainder over here is 1 and the divisor is 3. So your remainder is smaller, 1 is less than 3. So in order to divide, you require a 0 over here. But in order to get 0 over here, you have to do some recharge over here. So we will place a point after 3, right? We will place a point after 3. Now this is an unlimited recharge. Once you place this point, each and every time when you are unable to divide over here, you can write a 0 one time, only one time. Sure. So this is our unlimited recharge. It is dancing and it is reminding us that you can write a 0 over here. So we will write a 0 over here. You can see we had 10. Again we are having a 10. So again 3 3s are 9. That is the only option we have. Again 10 minus 9 will give us 1. You can see this 1 is getting repeated. Right, the remainder 1 is getting repeated. Again we want unlimited recharge. Right, we want a 0 over here. Again 3 3s are 9. And again the remainder is 1. Right. So two things we can see over here. First thing is that the remainder is not 0. Right, first thing is the remainder does not become 0. Sure, the remainder does not become 0. Now if the remainder does not become 0, the division will continue. Again you will write a 0, again you will write 3 3s are 9, again 10 minus 9 is 1. This step will continue. Why? Because the remainder is not becoming 0. If the remainder becomes 0, then division will stop. We have seen it in previous example of 7 upon 8. But when I see over here, the remainder does not become 0, and if the remainder does not become 0, the division will continue. Right, and you will get again 3, again 3, again 3, which we represent by dot over here, 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3, which shows that the decimal expression is non-terminating. The decimal expression is non-terminating. Right? Non-terminating means it will not stop. It will just continue. And why it will continue? The reason is here. Because the remainder does not become 0. The remainder is repeating itself. The remainder is repeating itself. So first thing is very clear. The remainder does not become 0 and hence the decimal expression is non-terminating. Your answer will be 3.3333333. It will continue. Fine. One more thing that we can see over here is your remainder is getting repeated. It does not become 0, that is fine, but your remainder is getting repeated. Here the remainder is 1, again the remainder is 1, again the remainder is 1. Each and every time your remainder gets repeated over here, at the same time the number in your answer or the number in your quotient will also get repeated. You will get 3 only. Now the logic is quite clear. Why? If you get 1 over here, you will write 0, then again 3 3s are 9, again 1 and 0, again 3 3s are 9, again 1 and 0, again 3 3s are 9. So if remainder will get repeated, then the answer in the quotient will also get repeated, or the digit in your quotient will also get repeated, because the rule of division will not change. Na? 3 3s are will be 9 only, and again 10 minus 9 will be 1 only. Right? That is not going to change. I hope you understand this. So when your remainder gets repeated, right? When your remainder gets repeated, see, you can see 1 is getting repeated over here at each and every step. Then the digit in your quotient will also get repeated. You will get many 3s over here as far as you continue the division. Sure. So single digit is getting repeated every time. Right? Single digit is getting repeated every time. Why? Because the remainder is also a single digit which is getting repeated. So in your answer also this single digit means 3. The 3 will get repeated each and every time. I hope this is clear. Now it is not necessary that only 3 can get repeated. 2 numbers or 3 numbers can also get repeated. We will see that example also. But before that, I request you to please pause the video and write this much down in your CW. And please understand the logic. Right? And you do not have to do any color over here, just write simply. Sure, yes, definitely write this. Fine, please pause the video and write this down. Alright, I hope you have written this. So what we have learnt is, if the remainder does not become 0, the remainder will repeat itself. If the remainder will repeat itself, then the digit over here will also get repeated, and our decimal expression will be non-terminating. It will not stop, it will just continue, but in a specific pattern. It will repeat itself, right? So here we can see a single digit is getting repeated. So we have performed two divisions now. In the next part or next screen, we will again divide 1 upon 7 or 1 by 7. So we have 1 over here. We will divide it by 7. Please pay your complete attention over here. 1 upon 7. Now you can see 1 is a smaller number, 7 is a larger number, so you cannot perform division, and in order to perform division you have to recharge. You have to write 0 point over here. Now this is an unlimited recharge. Each and every time you cannot do division, you can write 1 0, right? So we will write 1 0 over here. This is our unlimited recharge. This is active now, so we will write a 0 over here. Now definitely 10 is larger than 7, and I can write 7 ones are 10. Sorry, 7 ones are 7. And when I subtract 10 and 7, I get the answer 3. Now you can see the remainder is not 0. So I can continue the division further. But 3 is less than 7. So again, my unlimited recharge will remind me that you can write a 0 besides the 3. Right? So I will write a 0 besides 3. Now 30 is larger than 7. So I will write 7 4s are 28. Sure, 7 4s are 28. Now 30 minus 28 we will subtract, so we get the answer 2. Right, 30 minus 28 we get 2. Again the remainder is not 0. Right, but 2 is less than 7. 2 is less than 7. So again this 0 point will remind me that I can write a 0 near my 2. Right, so we will write a 0 near 2. Now 20 is greater than 7. So I will write 7 2s are 14. I hope this is clear. 7 2s are 14. 20 minus 14 will give us 6. 20 minus 14 will give us 6. Again you can see this 6 is less than 7. The number 6 is less than 7. So you cannot divide. Again this will remind us that I can write 0 near 6. So I will write 0 near 6. Now 60 is greater than 7. 60 divided by 7. So I will write 7 8s are 56. 7 8s are 56. I will subtract this. So I get the answer 4. Again I can see the remainder is not yet 0. 4 is again less than 7. 4 is again less than 7. Again I need a 0 near 4. So I will write a 0 over here. Right. Then 7 5s are 35. When I subtract, I get the answer 5. Again you can see yet the remainder is not 0, and it is just continuing. And this time what you can see is the reminders are not getting repeated also. Here it was 3, here it was 2, here it was 6, here it is 5. But we have to continue the division. Again this will remind me that I can write a 0 over here. So 50, and 7 7s are 49. 7 7s are 49, and 50 minus 49 I will get 1. Now I will stop. See, yet the remainder is not 0. But the reason for stopping is we were having 1 over here when we started, and again after many steps we get a 1 over here. So now this is but obvious that the same story will start. Again you will write a 0 over here. Again you will divide by 7. Right. So again 7 1s are 7 only. This step which is over here, the same step will get repeated from here. Right. After so many steps, that is fine. But one thing is sure, that 1 was over here and again the 1 is getting repeated in the remainder after so many steps. Then you have to follow the same steps. Again you will write 0. Then you will divide 10 by 7. 7 1s are 7. Again you will get the remainder 3. This same sequence that we have written over here will continue further also. What will happen by this? The digits that are present over here, 0.142857, they will also get repeated. Again I will get a 1 over here. Again I will get a 4 over here. Again I will get a 2 over here. Again I will get a 8 over here. Again I will get 5. Again I will get 7. When I will get 7 over here, again my remainder will become 1. You can try this at home. Right? Again the same story will start. Again I will get 1, 4, 2, 8, 5 and 7. And this will just continue, right? This will just continue like this. So this is same as previous question 10 upon 3. Only change is there a single digit was getting repeated. Here a group of numbers are getting repeated. See 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7 is one group. Again 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. And again 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. The numbers are getting repeated, but not singly, but in a group. Fine. I hope this is clear to you. Sure. So again, so you can see the number 1 is getting repeated over here. Right? And I can say that the remainder is not 0. Right? The remainder is not 0 or does not become 0. If the remainder does not become 0, then this answer, see, a group of digits are getting repeated every time. See 1, then 3, 2, 6, 4, 5. Again this will repeat. When the remainders will repeat, the digits over here will also repeat. Each and every time you get 1 over here. Right? You will get 1 over here. When you get 3 over here, you will get 4 over here. When you get 2 over here, you get 2 over here. When you get 6 over here, you get 8 over here. Each and every time the sequence of your remainder gets repeated, the sequence in the quotient also gets repeated. So we can say a group of digits are getting repeated every time. Right? This 142857 will continue to get repeated. 142857, 142857, 142857. It will just continue. Right? So we can say that again the decimal expression is non-terminating. The decimal expression is non-terminating and recurring. It is repeating itself. It is repeating itself. The previous question 10 upon 3 was also non-terminating and recurring. Right? Was also non-terminating and recurring. In case we have not written recurring, please write recurring in 10 upon 3 also. Recurring means the number is getting repeated. Right? Over there, a single digit was getting repeated. Here, a group of digits 142857 are getting repeated. Why they are getting repeated? Because after so many steps, the number 1 is getting repeated again. So when you do this so many steps, you will get a group of digits over here. Again, when 1 will come over here, this group of digits will repeat itself. Again, when 1 will come over here, the group of digits will repeat itself. And we will get our answer something like this. 0.142857, 142857, 142857, 142857. You can see this is a block of numbers or a group of numbers which gets repeated each and every time. I have represented them by different colors. Fine. So when the numbers get repeated like this, instead of writing in this lengthy manner, you can write them like this: 0.142857 bar. What this bar indicates? This bar indicates that these numbers are getting repeated. Right? This bar indicates that these numbers are getting repeated. Sure, if somebody tells me this 10 upon 3, the answer was 3.3, again 3, again 3, this was continuing, right? So what I will write as my answer? 3.3, and on this 3 I will write bar. Right? 3.3, and on this 3 I will write bar. What does it mean? That this single digit 3 is getting repeated. The single digit 3 is getting repeated. Fine? But here the single digit is not getting repeated. Here a group of digits is getting repeated every time. Sorry, you cannot write R over here, you have to write is. A group of digits is getting repeated every time. Fine, so 142857. This will repeat each and every time. Why it is getting repeated? Because first reason, the remainder does not become 0. Second reason, the group of digits or the remainders are getting repeated itself. So here also we will get repetition. I hope this is clear. One extra information I will provide you. Right, this was what is given in textbook. Please pay attention over here. I will give you one extra information. You can see when you divide over here, the reminders that you get will be always less than your divisor. See, I got the reminder 3. 3 is less than 7. I got the reminder 2. 2 is also less than 7. I got the reminder 6. 6 is also less than 7. I got the reminder 4. 4 is also less than 7. I got the reminder 5. 5 is also less than 7. I got the reminder 1. 1 is also less than 7. All the reminders that I am having over here are less than 7. And how many reminders do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So when the divisor over here is 7, I get 6 reminders. And also their value is also less than 7. So your reminder, please understand this. Please keep this in mind always. Your reminder will be always having a lesser value than your divisor. Your reminder will be always less than your divisor. This is somewhere explained by Euclid. You will study it in next year in standard 10. See, I tell you, you have studied rational numbers in standard 8. You are again studying rational numbers in standard 9, but with a bit of upgradation that we are seeing now. You will again study rational numbers in standard 10 also, but with a bit of upgradation. Right? So this is some extra information. Please carry this with you. Your reminder will be always less than your divisor. Sure? Alright. So I request you to please pause the video and write this down. Please write is over here, not are. Right? It's a grammatical mistake. Please write is over here, not are. Please pause the video and write this down. I hope you have written this. Yes. So summary. What is the summary? If you are having rational numbers and if you divide them, if you try to obtain their decimal expression, the decimal expression can be of two types. One, the number will terminate. Second, the number will not terminate, and if the number will not terminate, it will be recurring. It will repeat itself. I repeat it again. If you are having rational numbers and if you try to divide them, if you try to obtain their decimal expression, the decimal expression can be of two types. One, it will be terminating, means the number will stop. Second, it will be non-terminating, the number will not stop, and if the number will not stop, it will get repeated. Either a single number will get repeated or a group of numbers will get repeated, and you can tell that the numbers are non-terminating but recurring. When can you say that a rational number or the decimal expression of a rational number will terminate? When can you say this? When upon division your remainder becomes 0. If your remainder becomes 0, then definitely the decimal expression of your rational number will be terminating. If your remainder does not become 0, right? If your remainder does not become 0, then the remainder will repeat itself. Due to the repetition of remainder, the number in the quotient will also get repeated. So either a single number will get repeated or a group of numbers will get repeated, and our expression will be non-terminating and recurring. Sure? Please write this down in your book. Right, and also write an additional information over here below. Remainder becomes 0 and remainder does not become 0. Below this you will write remainder becomes 0. Below this you will write remainder does not become 0. Just draw a simple chart like this for summary. Please pause the video and write this down. Alright, I will move ahead. So that's all for today. And homework that you have to do is all the sums done today one time in rough book. You are having two homeworks. First one is all the sums that we have done today one time in rough book, means exercise 1.2 that we have solved today, true or false type of questions and question number 2, and example number 5 you have to do in rough book. Apart from that, when you finish this work in rough book, you have to try this question, exercise 1.3, main question number one. You have to try it, right? But you have to try this in CW, right? What you have to do is you have to divide 36 by 100. You have to divide 1 by 11. You have to divide 4 integer 1 upon 8. Means you have to first convert this into improper fraction and then you have to just divide. Upon division, you will get decimal form. What you will get? You will get decimal form. And you have to tell what kind of decimal expansion it is. Type of decimal expansion. There are two types of decimal expansion. Either it will be terminating or it will be non-terminating recurring. Right? Only two choices you have. Either your answer will terminate, it will stop. Then you will write that this is having terminating decimal expansion. If it is not terminating, what you have to write? You have to write that this is having non-terminating recurring decimal expansion. So this 6 sums you have to try in CW, and don't worry at all. This is a homework for you. In case you have any doubt, we will first solve the doubts in the next video lecture. I will first repeat this 6 sums and then only we shall move ahead. Right? So I think the homework is clear to you. All the sums done today one time. And apart from this 6 sums that are present on your screen, you have to try in CW. You have to just divide the numbers and write what kind of decimal expansion they have. In case of any doubts, we will solve it in the next video lecture. And my dear friends, please take it very clear. Right, we have started this standard 9. These videos are not just for fun or not for any kind of promotion. Be serious, your syllabus is quite long and you are lucky enough that we have started in advance so that you finish your syllabus in a comfortable manner. Right, so please make very good use of this. Right, be timely in your homework submissions. Out of all the students, only 60% students have submitted their homework on time. Rest 40% have not submitted their homework. I don't know on what thinking or on what basis they have joined the group of our class. Right, this is not just for fun. Right, your responsibility, it's your responsibility to work hard. Right, my responsibility is also to work hard and to teach in a very good manner, which I am doing, I think. Right, now if I teach in a very good manner but if you don't utilize the same, or if you don't work hard at home in the same manner, the results are not going to come, friend. Right, so please work hard, timely submit your homework, right, and attend the video lecture regularly. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching the video. In case of any doubt, you can message me. Till then, take very good care of yourselves. Tomorrow it is Sunday. We will not be having any video lecture. Monday we will again meet and we will have a video lecture at the same time. Till then, take care of your family, take care of your surroundings, and most importantly, take care of yourselves. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.